Today we're covering an advanced fighter craft from the lesser-known anime, The Last Exile. This fighter is the Sokol 18-class Interceptor, or Sokol for short, which formed the core of the defensive forces of the nation of Glacies within the ship's lore. So without further ado, the Sokol is in fact the only military vehicle fielded by the incredibly isolationist and resource-scarce Glacies, which is forced upon them due to the aggressive nature of their neighbors. As such, their Sokol Interceptor was kept close to the vest and only used when a direct threat was posed on their territory, fielding 216 of these interceptors. This was proven correct when a massive armada of a few hundred aerial battleships was destroyed by their initial two waves of 144 fighters, showing their raw power and technological gap between the opponents. Unlike all other van ships, which is what small single-piloted craft are called in the lore, they are fully equipped with electronic flight systems, radar, and wireless comms. All other major factions, save for one, use what is roughly the equivalent of steampunk and dieselpunk technology, giving the 12-meter-long Sokol interceptors a quantum leap in their ability to maintain air superiority and effectively combat heavier warships. As such, their primary role is in that of a defensive interceptor, built for quick reaction to enemy forces and heavy attack potential. A single 50mm cannon dominates the nose, firing high-explosive, armor-piercing rounds with automatic reloading. These admittedly potent weapons appear to be all-purpose, given that they're used against both ships and fighters alike. This is blatantly obvious as they can't be seen with any other armaments whatsoever, another result of the resource scarcity. Unfortunately, this does leave the fighter with only moderate amounts of armor, meaning that they're still quite susceptible to concentrated flak fire, even when using their standard tactic of swarming hidden fade attacks. To facilitate their rapid deployment, they are launched using a rocket sled that gets them to combat speed as soon as they're released, allowing them to engage enemy forces immediately. For standard flight, the craft's main propulsion is provided by a single 1370 horsepower Claudia unit, a fairly ubiquitous anti-gravity device that uses supercritical fluid to achieve flight. This allows the craft to reach a maximum speed of 860 km an hour, but more often cruises at a more modest 340 km an hour. Fully fueled, it has a modest operational range of 800 km, which is to be expected of a defensively focused interceptor. While devastating, they alone weren't enough to protect Glacies when the expansive Adys Federation brought nearly half their entire military to bear on their capital. In the end, even with the secondary and tertiary defenses devastating the Adys' fleets, they were eventually exhausted and Glacies was conquered. Thankfully, a surviving contingent of 18 interceptors that were forced to retreat and regroup at an auxiliary airbase managed to join forces with other factions that were trying to halt the Adys Federation's advance. So while it is an aerial fighter craft versus a normal starcraft, it is still an incredible war machine. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and comment below. Thanks again for watching today's video, I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more content, and remember, this was your first pass at the Sokol 18 Interceptor.